Okay, this is chapter 9, part 2, avoiding cross-contamination. Cross-contamination can be avoided by taking the correct precaution. Cross-contamination means that contamination from one part inside the lorry onto another part inside the lorry. Yeah, so cross-contamination between a bundle of packaging. Some loads should not be transported simultaneously or should be well separated by a barrier such as pallet sleeves or pallet wraps. Usually if we transport meat, then we only transport meat. But if we cannot do that, we want to transport meat with other things like milk, for example. So we need to put it in a pallet, and then you put and wrap the pallets so that there will be no cross-contamination between the packaging. Alternatively, transport units could be cleaned prior to and after transportation with a high risk for contaminations. Liquids, bulk goods, and hung carcasses. So you can transport with the same lorry with different material, but it need to be cleaned beforehand. In the past, cross-contamination problems have arisen with return freights and wooden pallets. Okay, return logistics such as returnable polyethylene terephthalate bottles from a potential contamination hazard in retail trucks. These trucks serve several shops from one distribution center and deliver foodstuff to the shops and pick up returnable PET bottles. Yeah, sometimes we want to recycle PET bottles for drinks. Then you can do that, but with extra care. These bottles contain sugar-rich residues. Yeah, usually the drink are sugar-rich and are perfect growth media for microorganisms. A limited amount of bottles are misused by consumer and contain residues of motor oil, pesticide, and urine. Sometimes the used bottle that's being filled with motor oil. Yeah, this is not allowable. Since this bottle do not have all the screws caps tightened, a pallet rack of this return bottle forms a dripping stack. Akan ada air yang menitik keluar. The fluids will drip on the floor of the truck and cause cross-contamination to the other loads. So there will be a risk of cross-contamination sebab botol tu tak tutup kemas, jadi ada air akan menitik keluar dan jatuh di atas lantai lori. Some incidents have been reported with return bottles in the past. Nowadays, these bottles are collected in big bags or closable crates in the supermarket. Yes, you can recycle, but with extra careful. These bags and crates are close mounted on pallet trolleys and transported without hygiene problems. If you do this kind of system with closable crates, then it is okay. Another example of troublesome return freight is spoiled meat. Fresh meat that has reached its best before date, the due date in the shop needs to be collected separately and destroyed at an approved facility. So actually you cannot destroy spoiled meat by throwing into trash bin just like that, but it need to be destroyed in a approved facility because of the biological hazard. Some supermarket chains also use normal transport trucks to return this load from shops to the distribution centers. In cases where the spoiled meat was packed under modified atmospheres, there is no problem because it will be protected from the environment, from the external. Otherwise, the spoiled meat should be packed airtight before return trucking. Yeah. Empty plastic crates from another large return load in retail transports. This return load is often non-cooled and can use temperature control problems when combined with loads of chilled food products. This is only applicable for empty plastic crates, yeah, without the food material. Wooden pallets. The issue with wooden pallets. Hygiene of wooden pallets has been heavily debated as a result of the microbial flora found in other wooden articles such as cutting boards, because the wood material is very good for microbial growth. Based on the differences in structure and cleanability, it appears to be likely that plastic pallets will be more hygienic than wooden plates, yeah, because it is easier to clean, so plastic pallets is more acceptable. Therefore, on the internet, several pallet suppliers promote hygienic plastic pallets that are more cleanable than wooden pallets. If I ask a question, what's the difference between wooden pallet and plastic pallets? These are the information that you can use. However, from the available scientific literature, it cannot be concluded that wooden pallets are indeed less hygienic than plastic or metal pallets. So this is the new findings from a current study, that there is no difference between wooden and plastic. Studies have revealed some differences in microbial flora between plastic and wooden pallets. Yeah, but as long as pallets are not stored outdoors or in a very moist location, both types of pallets are safe to be used. So this is a current study, says that there is no difference between wooden pallets and plastic pallets. Nevertheless, the reality is that several countries, such as Australia, have forbidden import on wooden pallets to reduce the chance of spreading plant pests. So plant pests, they can harbor on wooden pallets. Other countries, such as the United States of America, allow import on wooden pallets only if they are heat-treated or fumigated. So if it's heat-treated with hot steam, rebus ke apa ke, and then fumigated with insecticide, tu okay, boleh import ke USA. Furthermore, many individual food companies will not allow loads on wooden pallets to enter their facility. Okay, that's the end of chapter 9. And then the future trends, what is going to happen in future. The new contracts that transport operators will negotiate with food companies and retailers will contain financial claims in case temperature abuse is noticed at the destination. In order to avoid unjust claims, transport operators are implementing data log system. So the future is how they can maintain the data log system in a very systematic way. This system record the actual temperature in the unit transport equipment and are useful to refute unjust claims. So they can record and then they can be observed real time. The modern variants of this system contain many added functionalities such as alerts to the driver when the temperature increase is becoming apparent. So the temperature control system will become more advanced in near future and expected to become fully fledged element in advanced supply chain management solutions. So every lorry will be equipped with data logging that is accessible online and real time. Global positioning system. So add up with GPS system, so you know the temperature increasing at what place, where it is increasing. Will continuously monitor the location of the vehicle. Data loggers will continuously determine the actual temperature in the truck, radio frequency identification, which is RFID, tags on pallets, crates, and individual packages will describe the precise content of the load. All this information will be periodically exchanged via cell phones with the central computer of the transport operators and of their clients. So both clients and operators will have the same data. This data avalanche will be processed by powerful computers that will continuously describe the real-time stock levels, its relative quality based on the experience, temperature history, and location. So if you want to relate with IR 4.0, the Industrial Revolution 4.0, the big data plays role in this area. The system will continuously guard the temperature of the loads and give alerts in case of temperature abuse and in case forbidden mixed loads are present inside one transport unit. So you don't want to have the cross-contamination phenomena to occur. So this is very helpful. The incoming supply chain data will be further processed to optimize the allocation and prices of perishables based on actual market information. So currently, much value of perishable is lost in the supply chains owing to the lack of information of stock levels, quality of loads, and prices. So all this information can be put inside the chip and then can be observed. The shrinkage of the perishable is usually between 5 and 10% in the developed world and up to 50%, 40 to 50% in the developing world, implying a financial loss of at least 25 billion euros per annum. So this information technology is very important to reduce the loss of perishable goods. Yeah, in developed country like Europe, only 5 to 10% loss only. But in a developing country, in Africa, for example, so the loss could be up to 50%. Economic loss. Advanced quality differentiated stock management system for perishables that will help to reduce the shrinkage to a few percent will improve financial results of retailers, reduce the environmental impact of food supply chains significantly. Yeah, in terms of monetary and also in terms of environmental impact on food transportation. This system might appear to be fuzzy science fiction. However, it may be expected that the resulting savings will be an incentive for implementation in the coming years. Now, this statement is provided by the author in 1990s. This is still thought to be a fuzzy science fiction, but nowadays in 2020, this thing is fully applicable. Okay, that's the end for chapter 9. If you have a question, then you can post your question in the forum at the e-learning, or you can post the question in our group WhatsApp. Thank you very much indeed. Bye.